The mirror I should have thrown away. Margaret Lewis had spent the last 15 years convincing herself that grief faded when you stayed busy enough. A new job, a new routine, a new house. She tried everything after her husband Daniel died in that sudden highway collision. But there was one thing she never touched. The mirror. A tall, antique walnut-framed mirror Daniel had gifted her on their wedding day. Every morning, he'd said, kissing her forehead, "You'll see the woman I'll love forever." She tried to sell it once, but the antique dealer wouldn't touch it. Tried to donate it. No truck ever arrived. Tried to cover it. It always slipped off. Eventually she moved it to the guest room and shut the door. But on the 15th anniversary of Daniel's death, Margaret walked past the guest room and froze. The door was open. Wide open. In the mirror, it wasn't facing the wall the way she'd left it. It was standing tall, tilted slightly forward, as if someone had pulled it back into place. A cold breath slid down her spine. She took one step inside. The air felt colder, damped, like rain-soaked wood. The room smelled faintly of Daniel's aftershave, the exact brand she'd thrown away years ago. Her breath trembled. "Daniel?" she whispered, before she realized what she was saying. She approached the mirror slowly. Her reflection appeared normal. Tired eyes, messy bun, sweater she slept in. But behind her reflection, there was a faint, blurry silhouette of a man. Broad shoulders, tall, standing exactly where Daniel used to stand whenever he hugged her from behind. She spun around. No one. When she looked back, the silhouette had grown sharper, and this time, it lifted a hand and waved at her. Margaret stumbled backward, breath lodging in her throat. No, this is grief. Just grief," she whispered, clutching her chest. But when she moved away, the reflection didn't follow. Her own reflection walked backward, but the silhouette stayed still, as if it wasn't part of her world at all. That night, she dragged a bedsheet over the mirror. But when she woke the next morning, the sheet was folded neatly at the foot of the bed, like someone who loved her once had carefully removed it. When the reflection started lagging, the next evenings grew stranger. Little things at first, barely noticeable. A cup slightly out of place. The guest room door drifting open on its own. The hum of electricity around the mirror. But then one night, she noticed something terrifying. The mirror was lagging. When she lifted her hand, her reflection lifted hers a second later. Not a glitch. A delay, like someone else was watching her through a screen. Margaret stepped closer. "So this isn't me, is it?" Her reflection smiled. She did not. She staggered back, heart pounding so violently, she felt nauseous. That night, at 2:13 a.m., she awoke to a faint knock. Not on the front door, not on her bedroom door, on the mirror. A slow, deliberate tapping, like someone using the back of their knuckle from the other side. She tried to ignore it, pulling the blanket over her head. But then a voice, soft, close, familiar, whispered from the mirror. "Margaret, don't turn the lights off tonight." Her blood froze. It was Daniel's voice. Exactly as warm. Exactly as gentle. Exactly as dead. For 15 years. She didn't answer. She didn't breathe. The mirror whispered again. Urgent this time. "Not yet. Please, not yet." The next morning, the guest room felt colder. Her phone alarm buzzed with a notification. Video saved from unknown device. 2:13 a.m. Her hands shook as she opened it. The video showed her bedroom door, her sleeping form in bed, and something else. A shadow standing behind her headboard. Watching her, still, silent, almost childlike in height. Margaret dropped the phone, chest tight with terror. That shadow had not been in her room, but it had been in the mirror's world. The mirror's truth. Margaret called her sister, a therapist, a rational woman. "I think I'm losing my mind," Margaret whispered. "There's something wrong with the mirror." "With me." Her sister came over that afternoon. They stepped into the guest room together. The mirror stood harmlessly in the corner. "Look," Margaret said. "It lags. It shows things behind me, things that aren't there. I hear him. I swear I hear him." Her sister placed a hand on her shoulder. "Grief resurfaces, Maggie. Anniversaries do that. But this isn't grief." She lifted her hand toward the mirror. Her reflection moved perfectly in sync. "No lag," her sister sighed. "Maggie, this mirror is normal." Margaret felt tears burning her eyes. No, you don't understand. It wasn't like this last night." Her sister hugged her. "Sleep. Eat. Take a break. I'll check on you tomorrow." After she left, Margaret stared at the mirror, and the mirror stared back. Her reflection smiled. Only this time, Margaret felt her own lips glued still. She whispered through clenched teeth, "What are you?" The reflection leaned forward and whispered, "We don't have much time." Margaret's blood froze. "Daniel, no," the reflection whispered. "But he wanted to tell you something. He tried, the night he died." A jolt shot through her. "What are you talking about?" she shouted. The reflection lifted a finger and pointed to her living room doorway. She turned. Her phone buzzed on the table. A voicemail notification. From Daniel. 15 years ago. Her knees threatened to collapse. Hands trembling, she pressed play. Daniel's broken, terrified voice whispered, "Maggie, don't come home tonight. Whatever you do, don't look at the mirror." The message ended with a choked breath and the sound of his car tires screeching. Margaret dropped the phone. "What happened to him?" she cried to the empty room. The mirror answered, "You did." The future that spoke back. Margaret felt her body go numb. Her breath grew shallow, her skin icy cold. What do you mean I did?" she whispered, backing away. The reflection stepped closer from inside the glass. It wasn't her anymore. Not exactly. She was older, weathered, eyes deeper, filled with painful knowledge. "Who are you?" Margaret cried. The reflection answered softly, "I'm you, Maggie. 15 years from now." Margaret staggered back until her spine hit the wall. "You're lying," she whispered, but she recognized those eyes. Her own grief, her own regret, her own future. "You didn't throw the mirror away," future Margaret said. "And because of that, Daniel saw something in it the night he died." "Saw what?" Margaret screamed. Future Margaret's voice cracked. "A version of you, standing behind him. A reflection that shouldn't exist. He panicked while driving." Margaret felt her world ripping apart. "So I caused his death." Future Margaret shook her head. "No, the mirror did, and it's trying to finish the loop." "What loop?" Her future self raised a trembling hand. "You think the warnings are coming from Daniel, but they've been from me, trying to stop what's coming tonight." Margaret's breath quickened. "What's coming?" Future Margaret looked over her shoulder at something unseen, something approaching in her world. "The shadow, the one that replaces you. If you look into the mirror tonight, you won't see yourself again." The glass began to vibrate. Cracks formed across the edges. Future Margaret shouted, "Leave the house. Don't turn off the lights. Maggie, run." Margaret sprinted out of the guest room, her heart pounding loud enough to drown out everything. The house trembled. Lights flickered. Footsteps echoed behind her. Soft, deliberate, child-sized. She reached the front door, but stopped, turned. The mirror, still upstairs, glowed faintly. Inside it, her future self pressed a hand against the glass, begging. Margaret whispered, "I won't let you become me." Then she ran outside, slamming the door behind her. Inside the house, the mirror shattered with a scream that did not belong to her. The next morning, firefighters searched the house. Electrical fire, they said. Faulty wiring. Old walls. But Margaret knew. The mirror was gone, turned to ash. And for the first time in 15 years, the house finally felt empty. The right kind of empty. She whispered into the quiet wind, "Thank you for warning me." And somewhere beyond time, her future self whispered back, "You saved us."